Hey guys, it's May from Revitalize Clinic and I'm here to answer your questions.
So now I know that I've got my thoughts on this, but I want to know your thoughts. A lot of clients or a lot of individuals, when they're trying to lose weight, will try to cut out food groups, i.e. they'll cut out carbs, or they'll cut out saturated fat, or they'll cut out plants altogether, or meat altogether, and their aspiration is to lose weight. So I just wanted to know what your thoughts were on this.
Okay, so when you look at it in overall, I mean, as long as you're restricting your overall intake, you'll still be in a caloric deficit, which means you will drop weight or fat. But the whole restricting one food group, it doesn't really make sense to me. Your body needs all three. You need carbohydrates because that's your body's preferred fuel, as one would say. You need dietary fat for hormonal balances and all sorts of other things. You need protein to keep the muscle, and it's filling. So I don't see the reason why, I mean, don't get me wrong. If people want to do keto because they prefer it, they enjoy it, they're getting results, that's perfectly fine. But for a regular person, unless you are sport specific or you are under supervision of a doctor, I wouldn't really want to cut out any specific groups. You need all three, and as long as you're in overall caloric deficit, you should be fine with losing body fat or body weight.
Do you think that a lot of the time people get a false hope? Because people, for example, go on keto, they cut out their carbohydrates, which retain a lot of water, they lose a lot of water weight, and they get this false sense of weight loss within the first week or two of doing it.
I think a lot of that is down to pretty much every single diet that's out there. Whether you're doing keto, Weight Watchers, all of that, it's all about restricting one thing. And I don't see the reason for it. Yes, you do get great results within the first 4 weeks, but then if you just change your diet slightly and you exercise, you will still see the same result. People just want to buy into something that's quick. They don't think about sustainability. I mean, I could not cut out carbs for that long. It's, yeah, okay, you'll get great results first of all, but after a while, because of the restrictions, your body will stall, you're not going to continue getting results, and you're just going to revert back to overindulging, if not binging. So yeah, I can see why people would want to say, yeah, let's go on keto and lose 5 kilos in the first 2 weeks, but then that's all you're going to lose because your body just doesn't want to keep losing it because it's just water weight. It's not real body fat that you're losing, so it's a bit of a gimmick.
One thing that you also alluded to was quite interesting is that if you enjoy it, that's fine. And do you think that is really the golden goose, or that is the holy grail of finding a diet which you enjoy and which is healthy?
The thing is, at the end of the day, any diet will work as long as you can stick to it. As long as you can adhere to your calories, your macros, what you choose to eat. I mean, I could take myself, I'm a meat eater, I eat everything, I love vegetables. And I could take a vegan who doesn't eat any animal products whatsoever, and as if we had the same body weight, the same amount of muscle, were same height, same age, and we would both be in a caloric deficit and only eating what we enjoy, you would still get the same result because it is still based off of a caloric deficit. So if you just want to sit there and eat a loaf of bread, as long as that's your calories for the day, that's perfectly fine. If you can stick to that, no problem. There's no point, that's where it gets to, like restricting like keto and things like that. If you restrict yourself too much and you're not enjoying it and you cannot continue that for, let's say, the next 60 years of your life, what's the point of doing it? Food is there to be enjoyed, not to be restricted. All food is good. There is no such thing as bad food. What's bad is eating too much of any food, healthy or junk. If you eat 20 bananas a day, you're going to gain weight because you're still going over your calories. If you eat 6 pizzas a day, same thing. Just as long as you can stick to it, you are in a caloric deficit, you're exercising, you will get the same result as long as you stick to what you're doing.
And you mentioned that those refinements, those real small refinements in, for example, where you're getting certain nutrients from, or carb cycling or keto, you did mention that they have their application for advanced athletic.
They do.
For example, you're about to step on stage.
100%. If I'm about to step on stage, I need to make sure that majority of my calories is coming from protein and vegetables and dietary fat. You don't really want to be consuming too many carbs because they're calorie dense, just like fat. Everything has to be moderate, but that only really applies to when you are either sport specific or you have a certain goal. Like let's say your doctor tells you that you need to lose enough body weight so that you can progress with your IVF, or something like that. At that point, you're looking at quite drastic changes to your diet. For a regular person to just trim up or feel better or lose a little bit of fat, it doesn't have to be that complicated. As long as, like I said, as long as you're eating within a caloric deficit, you are getting enough exercise and movement, your body will drop naturally and it will be enjoyable. It doesn't have to be so strict.
And if someone wants to approach you and have a conversation about how they can make their diet efficient, effective and enjoyable, how do they get in contact with you, Mo?
They can go either on our Facebook, on Instagram. We've got our social media out there. Contact us, give us a message, send us an email, or just call up the clinic and book a free consultation, free of charge, 30-minute chat. We can just sit down, see what your goals are and go from there.